Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leader in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Wednesday, February 18th, 2009. Well, today's Whipsaw Wednesday, folks. Whipsaw Wednesday, we coined the phrase after the Whipsaw Wednesday prior to options expiration is just an unbelievably volatile Wednesday prior to options X, and today has lived up to that reputation. We're seeing some major volatility today. The market up and down, really amazing activity. You're looking at the intraday 10-minute SPY right now, and you can see exactly what happened. We all know yesterday the chart was in this tight range, and I went over everything. I went over our projections last night in the Research Center to the premium subscribers, but really what you did see here was this kind of consolidation pattern off this gap down all day long. And you can see the low here at 10 o'clock, and the high really, I don't know, you could probably talk about the high right here, this line, this trend line drawn in. That was really where the market stayed all day. At one point, you looked like you were going to break out, but this trend line came right down in, intersecting, and stopped it. And notice we didn't confirm the breakout by breaking any higher in the next candle. In fact, you sold off hard the next candle and then closed right at the lows of the day, double bottom from yesterday's low from 10 o'clock. Now, today, we saw some activity early in the morning. First of all, we got some news out on home sales. Home sales were not pretty, guys. They were not pretty at all. What they basically, the new I think it was home permits. Permits came out much less than expected. But the market actually rallied on that news slightly. The reason being is we have such a massive amount of inventory out there in housing that the less permits, the more you figure people are buying current houses, the more inventory you eat away, and ultimately that's how we get to a bottom in housing. Now, there's a lot of other things going on today. You had Bernanke just come on TV. Obama just come on TV giving his housing plan, and how he released his housing plan this morning. And initially you got to rally up, and then you got the market to sell, and then we got the market to rally back here after we hit this trend line. And I'll show you where we get that trend line from anyways. But nonetheless, it's been a whippy day on this Whipsaw Wednesday, and really you've just been hovering. And this line is really the only main support on the downside that we have. I'm going to show you the 60-minute and how scary the 60-minute is. But for the most part, this market's near breakdown stature. At the same time, we hit a key level right down here, and you can see how you pierced that level, and you rallied all the way back up. Now, the key thing is on this, guys, and a couple odds and ends I'll talk about, but nonetheless, when you gapped up, you started to sell, and sell very quickly. And once you broke this trend line support from yesterday, you knew you were going to get a hard sell to your next support line, which was down here. Now, the key is, once you break a support line like this, and you're below it, it now becomes resistance on the upside. So all of a sudden, what you see here, folks, is the market start to bounce off this support line, fight back, hit that now resistance line, and remember, support becomes resistance, so this is now resistance. Hit it, bounce down, hit it, bounce down, sell off, then finally come back up, pierce it, and then break up. Once you break up into this area, you came to the 50 moving average. This is the 50 moving average on the intraday 10-minute. And you halt right there, and you start to consolidate for multiple candles. That's an in spirit of bull flag. And once you get that consolidation, that's a bullish pattern. You get the breakup. Where do you go? Right to the upper trend line, $80 resistance on the SPY intraday. And that $80 resistance is an extremely key level. Once you hit that level, look at how yesterday, yesterday the market could not get through that level. Alright, got through once and then failed on the next candle, did not confirm it, as this resistance line is here. Now you have the resistance lines even closer, so you know there's even more resistance there. Now, once you hit that level, you start to sell off. That's a dead short right there. And I hopefully a bunch of you guys took that one. I know a bunch of the people in the chat room did take that level as a short. That $80 short on the SPY, and look at the sell-off that you're seeing here. Now, you sold off all the way down through the 50 moving average to the 20 moving average, which is coinciding with this level again. Now remember, this was support when you were above it. When you're below it, resistance. Now this line is acting as minor support. The more you hit a support and resistance line and bounce through it, the weaker it becomes. So now all of a sudden we're looking at a possible breakdown. You break below this level, folks, you're going to have some minor support, very minor support, looks like right here. Alright? And then ultimately your double bottom will be good support from today if we break through that. Now, there is a small chance they save this market. We'll know in about, I don't know, 7 minutes in this candle where it closes. We want to see. But ugly sell-off here. And this is, again, coinciding with Obama's speech. Obama comes out, and much like everything we see with Obama, it's a buy the rumor. Buy rumor. He comes out and starts speaking, sell the news. All right. So now the question is, and again, you can see that tail now as the market's trying to fight back. Where we go? Do we rally back up? Do we sell back down? Bernanke's coming out shortly to speak and make a speech as well. Then the FOMC minutes are at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And after the bell, I believe we have Baidu earnings, BIDU. Nothing big there in relation to the market, but a good tech stock nonetheless to watch, especially for China. So there is a lot of stuff going on today, guys. It's very, very active out there. You want to be very careful, and you can see the market's starting to uptick here right along this this support line. Now, the one good thing about this support line, while it's been hammered multiple times, you also have the 20 moving average in yellow here at that point, and that's helping. That's helping. It's still not a very strong support here anymore because we came through it and then burst through it, and now we're testing it on the downside again. But at least on the bright side, you have the 20 there to help keep that support intact. The SPY is currently trading up about 5 cents after testing the 80 level. And for a short, by the way, this level, guys, and I hope a bunch of you guys have that level in from yesterday and took that short, it was good for about $1 on the downside. Now look at this market bound higher off the 20 and this bottom support. Very nice. You're going to have minor support at the 50 moving average. Possible, you want to look for a possible bear flag setup for another thrust down. If you're able to go up a little sharper, you'll have a possible bullish setup. All right, and that's why pattern, price, and time are everything, guys. InTheMoneyStocks.com, we just look at that kind of stuff, and it will tell us everything. Look at these trend lines I have drawn in that told me every level on the market. First of all, we had yesterday, then we go back a little more, and look at where these levels come from. This one coming from here to here, this one from down here to down here. Both major levels in today's market. All right, this bottom level is that key. All right, very, very important on these levels. I can't stress that enough. And it's all about price, pattern, and time. Know your time segments, know your pattern developments, and know your pricing. And look at this market bound up. You're now into minor resistance at the 50 moving average intraday. And now you want to see, this is beginning to be a little more than a bearish setup, possibly turning into a bullish setup. But this is all stuff we teach in our research center, guys, for our premium subscribers at InTheMoneyStocks.com. You learn all about price, pattern, and time. You know, what key reversal time frames are there out there? What patterns do you want to see? How do you know when a pattern turns from a bearish setup to a bullish setup? How do you know when the market's looks like it's going to break out from consolidation? These are all things you need to know. Draw your trend lines, have your trend lines in there. All right, let's go to the 60-minute quickly here, folks. Here's your 60-minute chart, and this is why the 60-minute's scary, is because on this gap down yesterday, there's not a lot of support in this down area. You had that one line I drew in on this 10-minute, which is coinciding right down here. That's about it. All right, and that's sloping down, so it's going lower. Now, you have, obviously, the lows of the day as support, and when you talk about it, I want to switch to the 420-minute here to give you guys a little better outlook from the lows going back, and we're going to go to even more here. And this is going back to November lows, and that's why I wanted to bring this up, is because this channel here is a very interesting area. And the question is, we were on this channel a long time, finally broke through yesterday. Now we want to see how we handle this. You do have a couple minor support lines in here. We talked about this in the Research Center video last night, what to look for today. How do we know if we're going lower or higher in this market? We'll know at the end of the day, that's for sure, and I'll update everyone in the Research Center video this evening. All right. In addition, last but not least, folks, I just want to quickly touch on the website, our website, and just very important, you guys know we have that blog on our website, and you want to be very well appraised of that, and very, very kind of in the know, because we have the blog going. We also have, and I just want to show this here, folks, we also have on our website, under free services, you have the Rant and Rave blog, the weekly market report, and now economic and earnings alerts. So if you have any questions about, you know, what economic data is coming out for the week, it's going to be posted here every weekend, and you can always go to look. And this is very important because you have to know the intraday swings in the market. In addition, earnings announcements. All the key earnings announcements of any company we think is interesting, or a household name, or heard of, or highly shorted, we'll be listing it here, and everything. So that's on our website, along with our Rant and Rave blog. Rant and Rave blog, fantastic blog, guys. Many, many chart postings, and you'll learn a lot of that as well. And that's all free stuff, so enjoy it. And you can see our post here about $80 being a good short was right there. All right, absolutely key, pointing out that when we hit this level, probably a good short. All right, guys, enjoy it. Enjoy the free services. Come join the premium. That's where you're going to get the best data to set yourself up for the coming day in our research center. Pro Trader watch list is also in there. I added a key stock at 10:45 today that I thought it was a good one myself. A bunch of other traders add stocks to that all day long or update that as well. All right, take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow.